Well, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I appreciate you coming on. I've followed your work for a while on Instagram, and it's awesome to put a face to the photos.
I know it doesn't happen that much, but it's so great always to meet people online. So,
Have you met a lot of people through Instagram?
yeah, there is like a Bay Area film community, so I've actually met a lot of people through there, and we like go on occasional photo walks and everything like that. So it's been really nice.
So jealous.
Oh, really? What's the photo community in where you are like?
So I'm in Michigan, and I'm in rural Michigan, and there's not a big
Wow.
photo community unless I go to Detroit, which is like an hour away. So it's really hit or
Yeah.
miss. There's a photography club in near the big town where I'm at, and
Uh-huh.
there's like a $55 a month membership, and it's like very much an old man's boys club kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really my scene. I started a photo club. I haven't done anything with it yet, but there's a lot of people who have interest in it.
Oh, that's cool. And you know what? You have this podcast too, so this
Yeah,
is
I
another
know,
way to
right?
meet people. Yeah.
I've met
Yeah.
some of my best friends through this podcast. I talk to the people I've met through this podcast more than people I know in real life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been eye-opening. I never expected it to become what it has. This was just something that came from
Yeah.
Substack, and then it
That's
just kind of
awesome. Wow.
like snowballed. I mean, episode 18 was Jason Comerfeld, so I don't know where to go from here now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's awesome because it's like an organic thing that you started and it's growing and just see where it takes you, you know?
Yeah, and it's just fun. I get to talk to all kinds of interesting people. And when I reached out to you, I was very excited because one of my friends sent me your Instagram page. It was like, you should have her on. I was like, yeah, I know. I've been following her for a while, and she's awesome.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for asking me. This is my first ever podcast, so I'm like nervous and excited, but
Oh, that's right.
I'm
This
glad to be.
every single one feels like my first podcast, so there's nothing to be worried about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just two people nerding out over camera stuff is what it is.
For sure.
I've been showing off your double exposures to everybody lately, like anybody who will listen. How much planning goes into your double exposures, or that like a spur of the moment thing?
It usually is a spur of the moment thing. When I'm walking around and I see a car, I do a lot of car flower double exposures. I'll take like a corner of the car and then I'll immediately look for something to superimpose over the car. So there's that way. And then another way is if I see something, I'll just kind of like take two photos at slightly different angles to produce like a dreamlike effect. So there's that way. But I don't like sit at home and think about what to do and go out and do it. It's definitely like whatever comes across my path, then
Do you kind
I'll
of
just try
find
something.
something and put it on the rule of thirds line and then try to match that angle, kind of? Is that what you're doing?
I use the focus ring when I look through the lens to line things up. So that's one way I do it. And another way that I think about it is for double exposures, things will really pop if you first take a photo of, like, say, a black shirt or something dark. And then for the second frame, you want to put something brighter and more colorful on top of it. So I'll take a photo of like a black shirt, and then for the second photo, if I find some like red roses, the red roses are gonna, really pop on that black shirt. So that's another way that I think about things. If I see something dark, I'll like be like, okay, is there anything else around here that I could double expose it with?
I don't think I have the patience for that. After seeing you do it, I've been thinking about trying it, but I don't know. You're using a Nikon F3 is what you're using for it. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, for those, I use a Nikon F3 because it has the double exposure function. And then my other camera that I use is the Contax Aria. It's
Yeah.
like people don't really talk about that camera a lot, but it's such a great camera at like such a lower price point than the other cameras. That has the double exposure function as well. So those are the two that I use.
I just saw an F4 pop up on Marketplace today for $150, and I almost went and bought it, but it was an hour and a half away.
Oh, it was pickup only?
Yeah, pickup only. And I really considered it,
Wow.
especially because I had just found out I was looking through your hashtags and found out you were shooting the F3, and I was like, I should go get that F4. And all of my
Oh,
friends shoot Nikons, but I shoot the A1. And the only time I've ever done a double exposure was when I accidentally bumped the switch that turns them on.
oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like another fun way to do it, if, you don't want to do all the thinking, is just to do like a film swap with somebody. That would be fun. But that's totally random because you have no idea what the other person is shooting. So it's truly like, you'll get a few good hits, but you'll get a lot of like, what am I looking at
Yeah,
here?
it's just all guesswork, which is kind of interesting. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind trying that, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to even line it up in the correct spot when I'm loading my camera. But I know a few people who'd be dumb enough to do that with me. I might have to look into doing that.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do a film swap, we could do a film swap. I've totally done a ton of those with other people. So,
I am 100% down. Absolutely.
all right,
What
cool.
films you shoot? A lot of Ultramax, Color Plus, and Portra.
Yeah, Portrait I shoot mainly on 120, and then for 35 millimeter Ultramax, Color Plus, I like Fuji 400, um, whatever. I get actually most of my film on eBay because it's cheaper that way. So those are the things that are available. It's whatever's around. I'm happy to shoot anything, but. It was funny. I saw your last post about talking to somebody who finally made you want to shoot Herman Phoenix. That's the one film that I just like have no curiosity about. But I need to tune into that episode and see what they say.
Have you seen her Instagram?
I have not yet.
You need to, because I
Okay,
didn't believe
I
it
will
was
try.
Phoenix. It's incredible.
Oh,
And she's the nicest
really?
person on earth. She gave me a Mamiya 645. Just
Wow.
like, she's like talking about wanting to sell it. And by the end of the episode, she's like, I'm just going to send this to you. You'll use it.
Oh, that's
Yeah. It
awesome.
was, I almost cried on the podcast. I would have had to edit that out.
No, everyone loves to watch a good cry moment. Gotta keep
Yeah.
it in.
Just me openly weeping at my poorly made desk. What led to the juxtaposition between flowers and cars for you? Was it just happenstance? You accidentally did it once, then kept doing it?
Honestly, it's just what's around. And I don't know, I kind of feel the theme of like something soft and fluffy over something like mechanical and, cold. I kind of like that juxtaposition, but for real, it's walking around the neighborhood, taking a photo of a car, and the next thing that's around is flowers. So it's just honestly convenience. But now it's turned into a kind of a thing where I look for flowers to put over the car. And if I don't find anything, then I'll try something else.
You found your market that people are responding to well, so you gotta throw one out
I
there once
mean,
a
yeah,
week or something.
well, springtime's over. So unfortunately, over the past few months, I've had a lot of them because everything has been blooming. But now, like fall's kicking in, there's no flowers and leaves falling to the ground. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. Maybe I'll try something new.
I've seen a lot of things from you that aren't double exposures, and they're all very well composed and like beautifully exposed. I'm jealous of your Instagram feed because you're very talented.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, it's all just I shoot. I was telling somebody I basically don't leave the house unless I have a camera, and it's just like constant practice. For all those photos that I put on my Instagram, there's like 4 times more photos that don't turn out or are blurry or just don't really didn't really turn out the way I want it to be. So it's all about practice, honestly.
Do you
Yeah.
keep all your bad photos scanned to your hard drive and everything so you can look back and reflect on them, or you just like, I'm not going to scan that one?
No, there. I will. First of all, I don't develop my own
Oh,
phone,
okay.
so I can't 11. I have everything saved. Yeah, even the bad ones. And I find too, it's always interesting to look back at give yourself some time and then give everything a second look after because there's going to be some photos that you initially didn't like, but maybe grow on you. And it's fun to look at progress too. So
Yeah, you
to
can judge
see.
yourself very harshly when you look back on things.
Yeah, but hopefully not too harsh.
Oh, I'm so harsh on myself.
Are you? I know it's we're all just like learning. So it's important to just let yourself have those failures. I think that's such a big part of the learning process and big such a big thing that I like about photography is not just about making good picture, but about, failing like 3, 4, 5 times and finally like after your the sixth or seventh attempt, getting something that you like. So it's about that like perseverance too of trying again.
Yeah, and the experience of shooting because, like you said, it gets you out of the house, and it gets me out of the
Yes,
house
it
because otherwise I'd
does.
never leave this
Yeah.
place.
Well, it looks very like set up and cozy over
Oh
here.
no, this
So.
is complete facade. It's fake. Don't believe anything that's going
Oh.
on. It's fake.
Oh,
It's
really?
yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, damn, that is a nice studio.
So
You got the whole podcast. I
this
didn't even
half,
think about that.
this half is
That's fun.
nice. That half is a nightmare.
Yeah.
What's going on back there is not good.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that's difficult too, I figured like it must be super hard to go out in the winter months, especially when it's like, who wants to do that? So I'm lucky I'm in California. We don't really have a winter, but
Yeah.
I feel like all the time I see people saying, hard to motivate to go outside. It's cold, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah,
I
the
get
seasonal
it.
depression will get your ass. It'll bite you so hard. I'm not looking forward to winter. I've been stocking up on a ton of photos. I'm not one of those people who only post in the season we're in. I'll post out of season pictures. I don't care.
Oh, for sure.
So I will stock up, and then I have to slowly leak them out because otherwise it's just black and white all the time. So I'm just shooting Kent near the entire time.
I'm just discovering black and white. It's so hard for me to shoot black and white because color is always the first thing I look for in a photo. So that was kind of my one of my goals for myself this year. And it's been fun because I've tried a lot of different black and white film stocks. So this month I shot 2 rolls, which is an improvement to like the 1 roll every 3 months that I shoot. So it's growing on me for sure.
What are you shooting for your film stocks?
Well, I try to I've been sampling different ones. So I've done the Kodak Tri-X. That's the one that I've shot the most. And then the one that I really liked that I've only shot 1 roll of was the Ilford XP2. I think it's
Okay.
the one that you can develop in color chemicals too. And then I did try the 3200, which was like so grainy. It was shocking, but and then I tried the Kent Near Pan, which I liked a lot, the 100.
Yep.
And then what else? Oh, Film Ferrania. One of my friends gifted me the P33 or something. That was a really nice look too.
I've never shot that. I've heard of it. I've heard people say nice things about it, but I don't have any hands on with it. But
Yeah, I've
Triax is
never
good.
really come across it. It was just given to me, and those were good results. So honestly, if you lined up all the black and white, like if you lined up all the black and white film stocks, I probably couldn't really tell you the difference because I'm still learning. But
Me either. I started out shooting
yeah,
black and white. I couldn't tell you the difference. It's and I also self develop, so I can make anything look like anything, and nobody would know the difference. Black and white is black and white. It just depends on who's scanning it, and the only thing that I think
right.
is different is T Max. T Max is hard to replicate.
Oh, really? What are the qualities of that one that are different?
I think it's the grain. The grain is what's hard to replicate from T Max because it's a different structure. I think they call it like I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to Google it after this and cut this if it's wrong. But I think they call it T grain, which is a different
Hmm,
structure than the other grains from other black and white stocks.
interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different science behind it. I don't know it. I'm not smart enough to understand most of it.
Who is really, for the most part, I have no clue. I just like shoot and see.
I think pretty much the only people who could actually explain it to me are probably Jason or Kyle. Those are the only two people I would be like, I believe what he's saying.
Just a different, like, in-depth study of film.
Yeah, and then I just zone out and miss half of what they're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's I just have fun shooting films. I don't really go into a lot of the research behind it. The only thing I'm decently well versed on is Kodak Vision film, and even then, it's really
Oh,
iffy on the knowledge.
okay, interesting. I've never tried Kodak Vision film. Well, is that you have to process that like slide film, right?
Yeah, it's ECN2, so
Okay.
but you can cross process it if you develop at home, which is what I do, and I really like the colors I get from it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, wait, so let me ask you, for home development, the developing part is easy, but it's like really the scanning part that takes up a lot of time. Is that right?
no.
No,
If you
not
buy the
even.
if you don't try to be cheap when you start, and like I did, you can do it
Uh-huh.
super easy. I know people who have whole setups, they can develop and scan an entire roll in less than an hour and a half. And I
Oh,
think
that's good.
scanning's the easiest part because I
Yeah.
use the A7 III. I don't know if you can see it over here. Oh, no, hang on. I'll show you. I'll pivot. So I have a home built copy stand, and my A7 III stays mounted there. And I just have a little film
Mm-hmm.
carrier, so it's always in focus when I go to develop or scan rather.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's super hard. It's easy. It's fun. It's just taking the time to do it, and a lot of people would just
Yeah.
rather send it out, which I don't judge anybody for.
Well, one day I promised myself I wish I. Well, I've got not a lot of spare time because I've got two kids, so that was like the main thing that's prevented me from doing it. Is like I don't know why in my head I'm like, well, the developing part's easy, but then I'm gonna have to find like hours of time to scan all the photos, which I haven't wrapped my head around how I would do that on a daily basis. So,
So I have two kids as well. I have an 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, and
oh my god,
yeah, and I just make them help me with everything now. Like my 11 year
oh
old,
my gosh,
my 11-year-old could probably develop a
that's
roll of
smart.
35.
That's awesome. Get them involved. Are they into film photography too?
My son will dabble in it, but he's mostly digital because he like
Of
his
course,
generation likes the quick and now. It'll
of
change though
course.
because he
Yeah,
wants to shoot this little Reto ultra wide and slim that I want to throw places.
that's cool.
No, garbage camera.
Oh my god,
I say mean
funny.
things about this all the time. I made a whole video dedicated to hating on it, and people were mad at me.
Oh, I've never tried that. I gave my kids Polaroids one year, and they were super into that because it's film, but it's also instant. So that's as far as we got with that. So
Did you get like the Polaroid Go, the small mini ones, or was it the uh,
I got
iType?
an Instax Minis. Is that what they're
Yeah,
called? They're like the little Polaroids. Yeah. So I don't know. I found like two of them at Goodwill. So we got those, and then I just like scoured eBay for expired Polaroid film and found that. And it was fun. We've got like them sticking all around the house, little Polaroids of people. So,
I love Polaroids, but the price tag on those is very intimidating, especially for like
oh,
the regular
really?
size Polaroids. The actual Polaroid
Uh-huh.
brand is $20 for 8 photos.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I'm thinking about getting an Instax wide, so they shoot like almost
Mm
panorama style Instax film, and
hmm. Mm hmm.
that's more affordable. So I'm thinking about dabbling in that, but I don't want to make that financial commitment because I know it's going to just escalate so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I hear you.
I saw you have quite, well, it might be an old photo. It looked like you have quite a bit of film stocked up.
I do have a lot of film stock up. Like I say, I get a lot of it from eBay, and I just like if I see film for $5 a roll, I'll just get it because I know I'm going to use it. And then for the 120, I'm lucky that Tim from Kodak Professional, he's given me like a whole bunch of film to use. So I have a lot. And I don't shoot 120 as much as I do 35. So that pile is kind of growing. But um, yeah, it's kind of like bread. You freak out if it's not in the fridge. Film.
Yeah, you like it gets you use 3 rolls and you have 75 rolls and you're like I have to replace those rolls right now. I'm almost out.
Yeah, I will. I don't know. Sometimes, like certain things, um, like Cinestill, I'd like to shoot once in a while, but I always like to have it available because you don't know when you're going to go out at night or whatever. So I like to always have like one or two of those rolls available. But otherwise, for like regular 35 millimeter film, I'm flexible. I'll shoot like whatever is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that Cinestill, is that the 800T?
The 800T, I've shot all of it. I like the 800T. There was like a sale for the 50D at B&H a couple months ago, so I got a couple rolls of that, and I like that film a lot more than I thought it would be. Than I thought I would like it. I mean, I've shot the 400D, so of it, I think the 800 is my favorite though, just because getting all of the details at night is always fun to see.
The Cinestill 800T is actually Kodak Vision 500T with the REM. It's before they put the REMjet layer on. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've never shot
That.
that. I've never shot the 800T.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You should try it.
I
Especially
should.
when it gets dark. It's so fun.
See, I don't live
It's
near the
fun.
city though, so I don't have any of the cool lights or anything. So I'd have to go to Detroit
What
at
does it
night.
look what is it like when you walk out of the house at night? Do they have like street lamps or
No,
anything? Like a lamp in a building, or it's just pitch black?
I live on almost 40 acres out here in the middle of nowhere. So
Whoa,
there's
crazy.
nothing. We just got a neighbor across the road. That used to be a field
Wow.
that was like 100 acres, and now there's 9 houses over there.
Whoa.
So middle of nowhere, and I'm surrounded by state land too.
So do you do anything with the 40 acres of land that like is around you, or is it just like wherever you live and I don't know.
Some of it's rented out to a farmer that uses it to
Mm-hmm.
grow either corn or hay. We go camping
Mm-hmm.
out back. We have a little area we've trimmed out where we can just go hang out and stay there if we want, just to get out of the house. A lot of it is swamp, and sometimes I'll use it for portraits when I get the chance to, or just wander
Yeah.
around. My son likes to go hunting, so we use it now and then, not as much as I'd like, but here and there.
Well, I wonder if you could like set up your own lights and maybe I don't know, you could try it that way too.
I
Like not
should I should do like a portrait shoot at night.
create your own scene. Yeah, portrait shoot at night. That would be cool.
I got enough lights to do that. I could pull that off. Do you do a lot of portrait work or anything, or are you more inanimate objects?
No, I don't. I love portraits. I'm terrified of taking photos of people, but recently, I practiced approaching strangers and asking for portraits, and everyone has been really nice. But I mean, I did that like one day. I still need to practice that more, but um, I would like to explore the world of portraits. I think there's a lot to be said in that genre.
Would you do something in a studio, or would you prefer it to be somebody that you approach on the street?
I'm pretty open-minded to trying new things, so either or.
Studio
Studio
stuff is
sounds
fun.
really because I mean, all the colorful backgrounds and everything is lit perfectly. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Have you ever shot in a studio before?
Never.
Oh, it's
I
so
have
fun.
never.
And
Is it?
yeah, and they all look super professional. Almost any studio you go to, you're gonna look online. It's gonna look super professional in every photo, and you're gonna go there. It's gonna be some guy's garage. It's what it's going to be almost 90%
Oh,
of the time.
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen the setup, so you could pretty much, it seems like something that you can set up anywhere if you have like the backdrop. You could
Yep.
just change the colors of that and you have like a couple lights and create. So that's cool that you can actually create your own, home studio that makes amazing looking photos.
It's really fun to do, especially if you. So I have a friend that lives out near me, and he has this barn that was full of his grandpa's stuff. Just his grandpa hoarded everything. So he can just build a
Hmm.
random set in any genre of any type in any time period that he would like, and it looks believable. And I'm super jealous of that because I don't have that kind of
Oh,
hoard going on yet.
he probably has access to everything because he doesn't throw anything away.
Oh
So
man,
there's,
it's a problem.
gosh, that's funny.
What are some things that make you stop and raise the camera besides cars and flowers?
I mean, anything really. I don't drive. I take public transportation or walk. So pretty much most of my photos are like within like a mile or two of my house or a train station. So I'm pretty much looking at the same stuff like all the time. 80% of the time I'm shooting like the same couple streets I walk down every day. And I think the challenge of finding something new in your routine environment is fun for me. What makes me stop and take a photo? Something I like. Well, obviously, when you see like a little bit of good light, something that's well lit. When I like it when things are abandoned and like plants start growing over them. That's another scene that is attractive to me. I don't know, something out of the ordinary, and it just, I'm not looking for anything particular.
I've noticed a growing trend in a lot of the photographers I talk to. They like taking photos of evidence that humans had been there, but not of the humans themselves. So it like abandoned things with flowers. There's some people who like to go out west and take pictures of the abandoned gas stations out there. And I don't know what it is with the photographers I'm talking to. It's like a lot of them are like, people suck. Inanimate things are where it's at. And I don't know if it's,
Oh, really?
maybe it's because I'm talking to a lot of photographers that are very introverted and solo when it comes to their work.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to some more social photographers. I might be missing out on a whole genre.
I mean, I don't take photos of people. Generally speaking, there's like no people in most of my photos, but it's not because I think people suck. It's just more like a shyness thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I just, I get nervous. Well, I was on the train like a couple days ago, and I was like, man, this person, I had black and white film on me. I was like, this would be a great portrait. And I brought the camera out, and I just couldn't complete the action because, last minute jitters. I was like, I can't point this right above the person and take the photo right now. So
Yeah.
it's more of like that. Yeah.
I'm right there with
But
you.
also, yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard.
On
It's hard.
street photography, I won't point my camera at a person. I don't know. I saw a bad interaction with that once, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of something like that, so I'm not going to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I will ask
Yeah, you
permission or in
never
a
know
studio.
what's going to happen. But some people are just so good at it and they're not afraid. And, the photos are amazing. Like, I cannot do street photography, but it's one of my favorite genres to look at. And they make, the everyday moments, they make it look easy, but it's like the hardest thing ever.
It's probably mostly in our heads. I feel like a lot of the time, if you did it, nobody'd even question it, especially in a more metro area than where I'm at. But
Hmm.
maybe it's something we just build up in our own heads to the point it's like when baseball players get the yips and they can't swing at the right time, they lose their touch. I'm wondering if it's a situation like that.
Yeah, I can see that being the case. It's just definitely a fear that you build up into your own head. But maybe once you try it a few times and see that people's reactions are not that way, it would get easier. But I mean, it's hard, it's really hard, especially if you're introverted or aren't used to doing that.
So if I'm at like a touristy area, I don't think it's quite the same problem because everybody already has their cameras out. It's in those more
Totally.
intimate situations where it's like you said
Yeah.
on a bus, on the subway, somewhere like that. I don't want to be trapped in that place with that person after I just took their picture.
Yeah, I've been there before. It's like two people on the subway and I want to take your photo. We're the only people on the train. It's so hard. And then the times where I felt more free taking photos of people has like you said, has been in like a super touristy destination where I just kind of blend in with the scene and take photos of everything and everyone. So it depends. It depends.
Are you using prime lenses or zoom lenses for your like Nikon?
Prime lenses. I just use like a 50 millimeter lens.
I was
Yeah.
just
I don't have
curious.
lenses,
Yeah,
but I could see how that would be beneficial. Or like a 90 millimeter. I have a 90 millimeter lens that I don't really use that often, but recently I was like, that could be good for shooting on the street.
it would be great for
You
street
know?
because then there's that distance.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could feel like a
So I don't
spy.
know. Well,
In looking at your Instagram feed, you have a very consistent style, and I find it to be very identifiable. If somebody pulled one, if they put a lineup of photos, I'd be like, "That's hers." Is that something you've
that's nice.
carefully curated over the years? Is it just a byproduct of the way you shoot?
Um, so I mean, I have a whole routine where I shoot my rolls, and then I get them developed once a month. And then I'll get the scans back and I'll look at them and I'll pick out the photos that I like. And I'll also look back at previous month's photos to see if I can find like a theme or a story. So, I mean, that's how I curate it. But I don't like plan when I'm gonna shoot, I guess is what I'm saying. It's just like everything that I shoot is just what I see as I live my life.
You said you shoot your Nikon. You have the contacts. What are those your two main pieces of gear?
That I use, I probably like shoot those two cameras like 80-90% of the time. And then, if we go somewhere like the Grand Canyon, I'll want to bring a medium format camera. Yeah.
I am taking my medium format to the Grand Canyon in November.
No, really? I'm
Yeah.
going to go in October.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's amazing. Have you ever been?
No, I haven't. I've never been there.
It's like stunning. It's insane. Like every time I go there, we have a friend. The reason why we go there so much is because our friend has a place there, so we can stay for free, and then we'll just drive the hour to go to the Grand Canyon. It's just every single time I look at it, I'm just blown away. It's just amazing.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited. So the reason we're going there is because we're getting married on the rim of the Grand Canyon. We rented it out.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
That's gonna be amazing.
It's all an elaborate scheme to just be able to shoot photos out west.
Right.
That's the only reason the wedding's
I'm
happening.
excited to see your photos. Oh my gosh, wow. So who's gonna take the pictures? Are you gonna set up a tripod or are you gonna have somebody else take the photos?
So my buddy that I work with a lot of the time is coming out there. He's a photographer, he's a videographer, and he's gonna do the ceremony. So he's gonna be ordained and then do the photos. And we're just gonna do post stuff. I don't care about ceremony photos, but I'm
Yeah.
really excited about it. We have a plan.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm excited for you. That's gonna be so awesome.
Thank you.
Wow, bring a lot of film. You're
Oh
just gonna
yeah,
take like a million photos. Yeah.
I'm gonna drive my family insane.
How many people are gonna be at your wedding?
So it's me and my fiance, the two kids, my buddy, his wife, and their three kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Is this all gonna be everybody's first time there?
yes. So it'll just be fun. We're all just going to be excited. There isn't going to be that one person who's like, you have to see this right now and then hijack the trip. It's like we're all in it going into it blind.
Yeah, it's going to be very memorable and very amazing. So, wow, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Okay, I'm excited about the wedding part, but the photos are like up there. It's going to be,
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. Now it's just a matter of whittling
Yeah.
down which cameras I'm taking.
Oh my gosh. Well, are you driving or no, you're flying probably,
Yeah,
right?
we're flying because it's a
Oh,
24-hour drive.
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay, you really I know. It's like when we go on a road trip, I'm like, I don't need to edit my cameras. I'm just going to bring everything because we're going to drive our car. But I can see how you need to like think about things if you're going on an airplane.
Yeah, I thought about mailing some out to myself and then mailing them back before we leave. But I don't trust shipping at this point, so I can't rely on it.
Oh, I know. A camera too.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got to do the film check through the airport. Hopefully, people will be cool about it.
Yeah, I think instead
sure.
of flying home with it, I'm just gonna mail it back to myself.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah, because you develop on film, so you don't have to mail it to a lab. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart. You do that.
even if I was sending out to a lab, I think I still would send it home to myself for, I don't know, maybe I could mail it to a lab. I don't, so I started developing at home because we don't really have labs here, and I don't want to send it out. So it was just out of necessity. I wish we had an affordable lab that wasn't $17 a roll.
Actually, I gotta tell you about my lab. They do it for $6 a roll for 35 millimeter, which includes scans. So
That's
what I
nice.
do because I can't afford $13 to $17 a roll with like the amount I shoot. So that's been working for me.
Yeah, send me that because I might want to get my Grand Canyon stuff developed
I
through
will.
them. I'll have
Yeah,
to do my
I will.
500T, but I'll send a lot of the other stuff out for it.
Well, they don't do the EC processing too, which is why like I want to shoot more slide film, but I don't really because that is super expensive to get developed wherever.
Yes. Cinestill released a slide film developing kit, which I'm thinking about picking up to see if I can actually develop slide film.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I know you have to be careful with it, and I'm not super careful.
Uh-huh.
I really
Right.
need to like lock in if I'm going to do it. Do you find that gear changes the way you does it change your work, or does it just change the way you feel when you're shooting? If from shooting 35 to medium format or changing the cameras, does having a different camera change the subjects or the way you're shooting those images?
I feel like I have more control when I'm shooting like manual and doing my own focus for sure. So you can like decide what you want in focus and what you want out of focus versus shooting like a point and shoot. um, and then of course there's like what lens you're using, 35 versus 28 versus 50, might determine what subjects I want to shoot. Like if I have a wide lens, then I'm probably gonna be more prone to shooting like a landscape versus like a detail that I see in life. But otherwise, I just kind of work with what I have. And I think that you can make good photos. You don't have to have like a fancy setup in order to make good photos. Like my first camera was a Holga, which I still shoot today, and I still take like it still takes some of my favorite photos. So yeah, it's not all about the gear. You don't need an expensive setup in order to take good photos. I totally believe.
I think buying the expensive gear is just a way for us to feel good. It's because my gear acquisition syndrome was out of control for a minute, but now that I have the cameras that make me feel good when I'm shooting them, I have a bunch of cameras I haven't touched in forever, and now I'm just selling them off through eBay slowly, one at a time.
But I mean, of course, like it's fun to get a new camera
It
sometimes
is.
too. There's the curiosity. There's so many. So there's that too. But I mean, and if that's your jam, that's fine. But I definitely don't think people should feel like they need certain things, pricey things, in order to take a good photo.
Yeah. So let me think. 3 days ago, I went to a thrift store and I found a cheap little Ansco Pix Panorama, just a plastic
Uh huh.
fantastic. And
Uh huh.
I've put 3 rolls through that thing in 3 days,
That's awesome.
and I've already developed them. And I hate how much I like this stupid little $2 camera.
Oh, that's awesome though. I mean, I think we should like promote that more,
Yeah. Well,
so.
I try to, but at the same time, I'm like, but I need an X pan because I desperately want
Oh
an
my
X
God.
pan.
Really? I know. I've seen the photos on that camera and they do look amazing. But yeah, that is quite the investment. But I hear you. There's always like a camera out there that's out of reach but very enticing. I get it. I get it.
Do you have a camera that's out of reach but very enticing?
Like a year ago, I would have maybe said that, but I mean, I've been recently, I kind of like have had this mindset where I'm just gonna work with what I have until they stop working and then think about getting a new camera. So I don't at the moment, but that could change tomorrow.
I've got two that I've really been obsessed over for a while.
Oh, which
The
ones?
Mamiya 7 and the X Pan. Those are the two I
Oh,
desperately
of
want.
course.
Yeah, like
Okay,
the
right.
total film bro cameras of choice.
The Film Bro package.
Yeah. The only thing I'm missing is the Contax T2.
Well, I'm sure that if you had those, you would love shooting them. I mean, they seem like really good shooting experiences, obviously, and they obviously take amazing photos.
They
So,
do, but somebody offered me a deal on an X Pan the other day. He's like, it's a crazy hookup deal because I really like your show. It's only $5,500, and I was like, $5,500? I'd have to sell my Jeep to get that.
bro, wait, how much is an X-Pan like not used?
I don't. They don't make them anymore, so they're all used
Oh,
now.
they don't make them at. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
of course. So
Let's
is
see.
that a deal? Like, what's like the regular price of one that's a deal?
I hope he's watching this because if I find one online for cheaper, I'm gonna talk major trash. $9,000 for the X-Pan kit.
Oh my God, that's crazy. $9,000?
That is valued at more than my Jeep.
You could get like a couple Leicas for nine thousand
Yeah,
dollars.
that's insane. That
Crazy.
hurt my feelings. That was like getting bad news.
Well, then that is a good
It
deal.
is. Maybe I should hit that guy back
Got it for
up.
half off.
That's crazy. I wonder what kind of shape that thing's in. I will hit him back up and be like, hey, what would you take? I got like $750 and a drone. So, how are you doing so well on Instagram? Because I know so many people who are struggling, and it seems like you've built this audience in. I don't, a lot of people wanted me to ask you how you're doing so well at Instagram, and I don't know if that's an answer you would have.
I mean, I think I'm just like really social on social media, you
Oh,
know.
that might be it.
That's what my and I think I mean I post almost every day because I have a lot of work to share. But I mean, people have been really nice to share my work, which I really appreciate. And I don't know. I mean, I use the tools that they have, hashtags, tagging people. You know, it's like it's a platform. They have different tools for you to use. So, um, yeah, I'm just grateful for that people are able to connect with my work.
Instagram is an egg I cannot crack. I think I got like 270 something followers on there. I'm like, how are people doing this? But Substack, I'm doing great on Substack. The growth on Substack has been great. The growth on TikTok was crazy.
Oh my, yeah, I've not tried. I mean, that's the only platform that I use because I don't think that I could handle like another social media on top of Instagram. But I mean, you know, I don't think of it as like, how should we crack Instagram? I just kind of feel like, you know, if you have work that you want to share, pick a platform and just, you know, share it. Maybe you have 200 followers, maybe you have 2,000, just keep doing your thing. And if people respond, that's great. And if they don't, I mean, I just say keep doing your thing,
You're
you
saying
know.
suck less.
No, no, but I mean,
No, I know
you
what
just
you're
have to
saying.
be like authentic to yourself, you know. It's whatever message or whatever thing that you want to share, just share it. Just share it. Whatever happens, happens, honestly, because that's what it's about, really, right? It's about your journey as an artist or a creator. What more can you do?
Yeah, I think a lot of people get hung up on the numbers game of thing instead of the experience. Because like I'll look at the analytics for the podcast, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'll be like, oh, that episode did okay. And that I'm still, even if an episode does bad, I'm still going to have somebody back on the show because I like talking to them. And
Totally.
I have people who have no social media following whatsoever. They'll come on and we'll have a blast. We talk all the time. And then the next episode will be a Kyle or a Jason or Birgit or just like you're one of the bigger ones on the podcast. And it's just I wanted it to be accessible for everybody, and I'm not worried about those numbers. It's just about me having fun talking to people about photography.
It's totally all about the process and, you know, not focusing on the end result. Because, I mean, this is honestly like getting to meet new people, getting to nerd out on film. This is what it's all about. So
I've
I
already reached
would
my
say,
goal.
like, yeah, keep focusing on that because, you know, that's going to bring you more satisfaction and meaning than some number at the end of the day,
Oh,
probably.
absolutely, 100%. And
Yeah.
do you think social media has been a net positive or negative for photography?
I mean, I think it's been good in the sense that, you know, it's not like a few photographers getting into a few galleries. I mean, now it's like anybody can share their work. And so in that sense, I think it's great. I don't know. I haven't really studied that issue a lot. So
Has it made you feel differently about your own photography? About, let's say there's a photo that you really like and you put it out there. Has there been a time where it's not been received well and you're like, well, maybe that's not a good photo? Do you beat yourself up about your photography?
um I don't because, you know, like it's not about the number. It's about like, do you like what you're putting out there? Are you excited about that? Well, then that's what matters. You know what I mean? And yeah, nobody could like it, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad photo at all. So it's like constantly that is a tricky thing about social media because it's social media, there are numbers involved, and at some point if you don't start off thinking about that, you're going to think about that at some point. It's just natural. So I find that with social media, it's it's about coming back to yourself and remembering like why you do this, what you want to communicate, like what you want to share, and focusing on that rather than how many likes you get or whatever. So,
You are
yeah.
shockingly well adjusted for being in the art, like the arts field.
I mean, this is just like this is my personal passion. I have like a non-artistic 9 to 5 job. So, I don't know. It's not my career, my yeah, so I don't know, maybe that's when it's just like a pleasure. I don't mix it with business or feel like I have to commodify the product or anything like that.
I think that's a good way to look at it because even though I work professionally in the video realm of things, the photo realm of things,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't try to really commodify what I'm doing for fun. They are very distinct and separate things.
Yeah.
Because if I mix
Yeah.
those things, I'd end up hating both of them equally, and that's not something I want.
No, you gotta like keep something for yourself, right? And not attach a dollar sign to it. So,
This is why I like Substack more than Instagram. For me, I like long form writing. So on Substack,
mhm.
I can write an entire long article that puts the photos in context and tell a story through the images and text, which is something I
That's awesome.
really like doing. So
Yeah.
that's I share almost all of my work on Substack, and some of them are bad photos, some of them are good photos, but I like the entirety of the story to be shown instead of just a little square format photo.
That's really cool. I've not really explored Substack, but I should. I've heard good things about it. It's like I know there's always the fear of like, oh my god, another thing to like get sucked into to take up all your time. Yeah. So
Substack, it's really not that bad as far as addiction for me. Like Instagram is still hard for me to scroll away from because of the damn reels and everything like that. Substack doesn't really have that. It's mostly long form writing with people who are putting out these huge fancy self-made magazines and articles and really well-researched pieces about photography or trips, and there's not ads on there. It's just very easy paced, relaxing. You see what you want to see and not a whole lot of things you don't.
all right. Well, you'll have to give me your Substack account. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
send it
that
over
sounds.
because I am all in on Substack. Substack has been very good for me.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Like maybe that's your
It
thing.
is. It is. Are you working on any projects or anything that you're excited about? Or is there something you want to do is like one entire piece? Is that something you do or is it something you've dabbled in?
Well, I've seen like a lot of people make zines and books. I would actually, that's one thing, like, I do really want to put something together in that format. So, and I think I've gotten to the point where I probably have enough photos that I would want to display in that way. So that's definitely something that's been in the back of my mind. But as far as like photo projects, I don't. I mean, like I say, just the way I shoot is just I bring my camera outside and I get what I get. But I'm certainly open to, exploring like taking more portraits or trying more street or trying black and white, which is something very outside of my comfort zone. So, um, yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
I'd like to see some more portraits from you because I think your portraits would be phenomenal. Based on everything I've seen from your other work, I think your portraits would be very well done.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I do. I mean, I do have a few portraits, but I'm definitely a newbie in that field. So,
I shot a lot of landscape before I started doing portrait work, and I take a lot of senior pictures and family stuff to make cash.
okay,
And I was terrible at it until I started realizing that portraits are just landscapes with people in them. So,
for sure.
and then I'd be like, well, this is how I'd shoot this landscape. Where would I want the person to be if they were in this photo? And I was like, oh my god, I can take portraits now.
Yeah, and like one thing that I love about portraits, especially, is when it's not just like the face, but it's like the person in relationship to their environment. Like I think that's such a big story too. So that's definitely like a good way of merging those two things together.
And you're really good at shooting the environment around you. So putting a person in there would be shocking.
So if I just have to replace like cars with people, and then maybe we'll have something.
Oh
Maybe
man.
maybe I think about it like that, and then it'll be less
If
intimidating.
you shot a person on a dark background and then took pictures of flowers, you'd
Cool.
have something on your hands right there that would you'd be getting hired on to do portrait. Would you ever take a paid portrait gig like that, or is that something you want to be your hobby and for fun?
I did do a gig once for a band in Oakland, and that was really fun. I had a good time, and I learned so much too. And I kind of like was it, um, and we got some good shots that we all liked. So, I would totally do it again.
That's good. You seem very open to the idea of experimenting with your photography and taking it in directions that you're not comfortable with, like black and white. And I think that's something that more people should be open to because a lot of people get set in their ways, and it's very hard for them to get out of that process once they're into it. So I just want to commend you on being having an open mind to trying different things.
Thank you. Yeah, I love to try new things. I mean, and after a while, get like, taking. Sometimes I'm like, I get my scans back, and I'm like, buildings, cars, and flowers. Like, I crave like something new too. So, that's just the way my mind is wired. Some people like love to study one thing and like see how much they could take that one thing, and that's just like another way of thinking that I get too. So it depends on the person.
I would much rather be the jack of all trades photographer that can dabble in a little bit of everything and just have fun doing it rather than being the guy
Hmm.
hovering in my basement over one scan of film and be like, why won't you have the right clarity? What's going on?
It's a personality thing. I think like with just not even photography, life too. There's like super detail oriented, and then there's more like let's look at the bigger picture type of thinking. And they both have their benefits and their downfalls, and I can see both perspectives.
I can. I have a couple friends that are detail obsessed with their photography, and they're the people I go to when me bumbling around can't figure it out. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for the help.
Yeah,
That's what they're there for.
totally.
They're there to hold my
Totally.
hand.
They're the best
Yeah.
resource ever. Like, thank God you're here.
I feel
Yeah.
like a little brother, like going to ask his big brother for something. And sometimes they say no.
Oh,
That's
do they? No,
no.
they don't say no, do they?
No, they don't
Okay,
say
good.
no. They start calling and texting, and that's even after I've figured out.
Detailed
Yeah.
paragraph.
So, what's one piece of advice for someone interested in getting into film that you could give them?
I mean, honestly, just experiment and have fun with it, and know that your photos are probably a lot of the times not gonna turn out the way you imagine them to be. That's still the case with like every single role. You never know exactly what you're gonna get. A lot of times, like the picture that you didn't think twice of is gonna be like the best photo in the role, and the one that you thought was gonna be amazing isn't gonna work out. It's all about being open to things not being perfect, and it's all about trial and error.
I also think it's important to get mad. I think it's beneficial to get mad sometimes at the film because it'll just, I'm motivated through spite, I think, and film will spite me sometimes, and that motivates me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's all about, like I say, when it doesn't work out, not quitting and just like challenging yourself to see how you could do it, how you can improve the next time. So, and that's a good like life lesson thing too, not just limited to film photography. I just think that's a good thing to go through with like challenges in life in general,
Yeah.
you know.
Failure has taught me a lot more than succeeding has. What do you hope to see more of in photography in the future?
Um, I would love to see more representation in photography. You know, traditionally it's like it's a field dominated by men. I would love to see more women represented, or just like photographers from different countries too. I feel like you could, you know, a photograph is so immediate. It's not like writing where you need to learn the language in order to know what's being said. You can look at a photograph from somebody who doesn't speak the same language as you and immediately have some type of an impression. So I think seeing like images from different parts of the world is I would love to see more of. I feel like sometimes, you know, we're kind of looking at the same things, especially on social media, like cars or like mountains or, you know, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I think that would be really cool.
I really need to send you my Substack link. Hearing you say that, I think you would. I'm going to go off on a tangent here, sorry. I've made a lot of friends in other countries, and there's been a lot of cultural photography coming up lately of people showing their things from their cultures, the rituals, their like markets and everything like that. And it's so incredible to see all these photographers and having their different takes on it. And you can see a lot of their influence bleeding into some of my friends' photography have mutuals between us.
Oh,
And I can see my
yeah.
friends' style bleeding into the people shooting culturally. So it's really cool watching this evolution between these two vastly different styles of photography.
That's awesome. That's really amazing here. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Is like being exposed to something that you don't really see in your everyday life, and like learning from that, and learning that to be more tolerant, or learning that, you know, there can be more than what you think. I think that's such an important thing.
I really agree with that. Everybody needs to be a
Cool.
little bit more. Everybody needs to be a little bit more tolerant and open to ideas, and maybe
Yes.
they'll learn something along the way.
You know, maybe we could just, you know, let's just all be nice to each other, please.
I'm begging, please be nice. I just need everybody to just chill
Be
out
nice.
and be calm.
I'm like, right.
Be cool.
Cool, be calm.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I have enjoyed every second of this. And I'm sending you Substack links right after we get off this because I'm not going to stop until somebody else joins Substack. It's like they're paying me, but they're not. Thank you again so much. I think you do incredible work. I love seeing your posts pop up in my newsfeed, and I look forward to seeing more of it from you.
Oh my God, I really appreciate it, Justin. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. This was super fun, and it was really great being able to think about all these different questions that you presented. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you online.